Steelers Nation. What's up, family? The Pittsburgh Steelers are working hard behind the scenes this offseason, doing everything they can to perfect this roster and bring winning football back to the city we love. The front office, the coaching, staff, and the players, everybody is locked in on taking the next step in 2025. But while the team is grinding, Steelers fans like us are glued to the latest trade rumors and free agency buzz. And let me tell you, things just got interesting on both fronts. Before we dive in, if you love Steelers news and want this team back in the playoffs, hit that like button right now and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any breaking updates. All right, let's start with the big headline making waves in Steelers Nation right now. There's growing speculation that the Steelers might be eyeing a trade for superstar cornerback Jaylen Ramsay. Now, before anyone starts buying jerseys, let's pump the brakes and unpack where this all started. This whole conversation kicked off when the infamous X, formerly Twitter account known as Ricky, posted that Pittsburgh had interest in adding either Jair Alexander from the Packers or Jaylen Ramsay from the Dolphins. Now look, I get it. The account isn't run by a known insider. It's just a guy on social media. But here's the thing that caught my attention. This is the same account that broke the George Pickens trade rumor before it happened. That's right. Hours before Pittsburgh shipped Pickens to the Cowboys, Ricky hinted at it. So naturally, Steelers fans took notice when his latest tweet mentioned Ramsay. And honestly, I think this is a move the Steelers should seriously consider. Let's be real. Depth in the secondary was a problem for Pittsburgh last season, especially down the stretch. Corey Trice missed the year with injury. The nickel corner spot was a revolving door between Beanie Bishop Jr. and Cam Sutton. And Dante Jackson, who we brought in this offseason? His play fell off a cliff late last year. PFF gave Jackson a grade of 50 flat, ranking him 18th out of 222 NFL cornerbacks. That's not good enough for a playoff team. Now imagine plugging in Jaylen Ramsay. This is a guy with 3 All-Pro selections, proven versatility, and big game experience. Need a boundary corner if Darius Slay slows down? Ramsay can do it. Need someone to lock down the slot? Ramsay's already shown he can handle that role. Just last season, he played 185 snaps in the slot. In 2021, over 340 snaps there, according to PFF. And let's not forget, the AFC is stacked with elite quarterbacks. You can never have too many stars in your defensive backfield. Okay, now let's talk about the price tag. Ramsay is 30 years old and turns 31 during the season. His 2025 cap hit, $16.6 million. So realistically, the Dolphins aren't getting a first or second round pick here. Most analysts believe a day 3 pick would get it done. Something like a conditional 5th rounder in the 2026 draft, which could turn into a 4th rounder if Pittsburgh makes the playoffs and Ramsay plays enough snaps. That feels like a very Steelers-style trade. Low risk, high upside, but, and this is important, this shouldn't be the only move Pittsburgh makes before the season. The Steelers still need a true number 2 wide receiver, especially after moving on from Pickens. Speaking of receivers, let's shift to the other big story today, Keenan Allen. Over the past few weeks, fans have been buzzing about the idea of Allen joining Pittsburgh, especially with Aaron Rodgers now leading the offense. Well, Allen finally addressed the speculation. During an interview with streamer Jay Goofy Live, a clip that's now gone viral on TikTok, Allen was asked about possibly joining the Steelers. His response? A-Rod being the quarterback? Of course that interests you, but Pittsburgh? No. Ouch. That was a brutally honest moment. But let's not take it completely at face value. Allen was being real about how players think in free agency. There's a difference between respecting a legendary quarterback like Rodgers and wanting to move your life and career to Pittsburgh. But here's where it gets interesting. Allen didn't totally slam the door shut. After saying no, he added, "But hey, you never know." That's classic NFL veteran speak for circumstances. Can change fast. Injuries happen. Cap space shifts. Offers get sweeter. Allen knows that, and the Steelers know that too. Let's also remember, Pittsburgh has always been selective in free agency. They focus on locker room fit, continuity, and culture. They're not the kind of team to throw a huge contract at a receiver unless they believe it fits their long-term vision. So, should we completely give up on the Keenan Allen dream? Not necessarily, but fans also need to be realistic. Even with Rodgers under center, Pittsburgh still has questions. Is the offensive line ready to protect him? Do we have enough pass catchers for Rodgers to build chemistry with? Are the Steelers willing to pay a veteran WR when they still need help at cornerback and other spots? Allen's comments were honest and mature. He didn't trash the city. He just gave a glimpse into how players actually think during free agency. And let's face it, Rodgers alone isn't enough to lure top-tier free agents. It takes a full, appealing team situation, on and off the field. So let's set the stage first. Going into the 2025 NFL season, the Pittsburgh Steelers running back room looks very different than it did just a year ago. Najee Harris is gone. The keys to the backfield now belong to none other than Jaylen Warren, the former undrafted free agent who has been grinding for this opportunity from day one. Warren has always been a fan favorite here in Pittsburgh for his bruising, physical style of running, his ability to catch passes out of the backfield, and just his overall heart and hustle. But here's the thing. This will be the first time in his NFL career that he's being asked to carry the load as the featured back from day one. And Warren knows it. During a recent post-practice interview at OTAs, Warren opened up about how different this offseason has been for him mentally and physically. Here's the quote that really caught my attention, and I think it's something all Steelers fans should pay attention to. I approached this offseason differently. I did a lot. More things for longevity-wise, instead of my old-school training, like just getting the cleats on and running 30 hills. I had to adapt. This game is about longevity, and like they say, the best ability is availability. That right there shows you a big shift in Warren's mindset. In past years, Warren focused more on explosive conditioning, short bursts, change of direction drills, and just raw endurance like sprinting up hills. That kind of work helped him carve out a role as a change of pace back behind Najee. But 2025, this is different. Now it's about durability, longevity, preparing his body to handle 20-plus touches a game, week after week, for an entire NFL season. If you watched Warren closely last year, you know the guy looked like a starter already. Despite only playing 49% of offensive snaps in 2024, he still managed to put up over 1,000 all-purpose yards. That's incredible production in a limited role. And let's not forget, this offseason, Pittsburgh placed a second-round restricted free agent tender on him. That's not something you do for a guy you see as just a rotational piece. The Steelers are signaling loud and clear. They believe in Warren. But that doesn't mean his starting spot is guaranteed all year. Sitting right. Behind him is rookie Caleb Johnson, a third-round pick with a ton of upside. Johnson's development will be one of the key storylines to watch this preseason. And then there's the battle for RB3. Veterans Cordarrelle Patterson and Kenneth Gainwell will be fighting tooth and nail for that final meaningful spot in the rotation, especially with both players also gunning for the primary kickoff returner job under the NFL's new return rules. So, yeah, competition is heating up. The bigger picture: Warren's contract future and the NFL RB market shift. Now here's where things get really interesting. Let's fast forward for a second and think about what happens if Warren succeeds as a starter this year. We've all seen how the running back market has started to bounce back. Guys like Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry are proving that in the right system, even older running backs can still dominate and get paid. If Warren puts together a 200-yard season and stays healthy, well, Pittsburgh's front office will have a very difficult decision to make in 2026. Do they open up the checkbook and pay Warren to stay long-term? Or do they turn things over to the younger, cheaper Caleb Johnson and let Warren walk in free agency? That's the kind of problem you want to have as a franchise, but make no mistake, it's coming if Warren plays well. As for Jaylen Warren himself, contract talks and future speculation aren't on his mind. He's laser-focused on one thing: proving he can handle a starter's workload and be there for his teammates every single Sunday. Here's one more quote that sums up his mindset perfectly. This game is about longevity. The best ability is availability. It's clear that Warren understands what's at stake for himself and for the team. The Steelers are going to need his physical downhill running style this season. Whether it's helping to control the clock, giving Aaron Rodgers or whichever quarterback starts the support they need, or keeping defenses honest with a strong ground game, Warren will be at the center of it all. And let's be real, the fans here in Pittsburgh are going to love watching this guy go to work. So Steelers Nation, here's where we stand on the defensive side. A potential trade for Jaylen Ramsay could instantly boost this secondary and make Pittsburgh much tougher against the pass. On offense, while Keenan Allen probably won't be walking through that door anytime soon, there's still a chance the Steelers could add a veteran wideout before training camp. Either way, Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin have some big decisions to make. And now, I want to hear from you. What's the bigger priority right now? Should the Steelers go all in on trading for Jaylen Ramsay, or would you rather see them invest in a receiver like Allen or someone else still on the market? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. Let's get this debate going. And of course, if you love this kind of Steelers content, smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed so you never miss breaking news, trade rumors, and insider updates on our Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's go Steelers!